Good morning, adventurers, live from Oklahoma! Today we are going to be doing something super awesome, and I just want to tell you a little bit about it before we actually get there. So we're going to have a little car talk, okay? Okay, roll the intro. Recently, I was watching Netflix. Let's just start there, okay? This is not sponsored, by the way. Hashtag not sponsored. So, I was watching Netflix, and I found this show called Circus. And I was super excited about it because I love the circus, and I've always loved the circus. And I find it's a great opportunity for you to take your family, and it's usually pretty inexpensive, but that's beside the point. Anyway, so I was watching this show, which goes through the history of the circus and how it started out here in the United States, how it became this huge epicenter of everything, and then how it kind of started to peter off because of changing trends and information that was readily available. Social media has basically killed it the rest of the way, so it is what it is. Anyway, I was so excited about this two-part series that lasts about 4 hours that I was like, oh my gosh, I want to go to the circus. Well, there's no circus near me right now, so I couldn't do that. My next best idea was Google things that have to do with the circus. And I found out that about 2.5 hours from where I live, there's actually a circus town. We're not talking about a theme park with clowns and stuff like that. No, we're not gonna go freaking anybody out. But there's actually a town called Hugo, Oklahoma, and they are known for their elephant rescue center. They actually take in different elephants that have been retired or brought over from zoos and things like that. And it's a sanctuary for them to come and have a wonderful place to live. And it's a pretty awesome thing. So my initial goal was to go there, but I can't go there today. So that kind of was bad. But the town itself isn't just about this sanctuary. They have tons of other circus related things. And so I was so excited and decided that I would go ahead and make the drive. And now we're going to Hugo. I'm so excited. I am about 15 minutes from my actual location, and we are going to go check out a variety of different things that are just really exciting to me. So let's go to Hugo. Circus, 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 circus. It has been a long day of travel, but I am finally here in Hugo, Oklahoma. And I have a few facts to share with you, okay? So let's go over these pretty quickly. Yeah. Hugo, Oklahoma is the off-season home for two different circuses, Kelly Miller and Carson and Barnes. So whenever they're not traveling around, they call Hugo, Oklahoma home. Kind of interesting fact. Another thing that you're going to find really interesting is they actually call Hugo, Oklahoma Circus City. Not Circuit City like the old place that's all closed up, but Circus City, which is a really fun name. Now, here is our third fact. We are at the cemetery, and I told you we were going to go check out something cool, and this is very cool because you can't find this just everywhere. While there is a really awesome endangered elephant ark place outside of town that you can go to and actually see some of the huge, massive elephants, we didn't get a chance to go there today, but I wanted to make sure we stopped off here, which is the final resting place of a lot of different, very famous circus performers. So I want to show you a few of these. That's just a really interesting, obscure thing, I know, but I feel as though this is something that ultimately is, you know, the final show. I honestly don't see this any different than whenever we went to all of the Hollywood cemeteries and found some of the celebrities that we know from there. So, yeah, this is basically the same. These are a different version of celebrity, and we are here to pay respect and honor their memory. Yeah. And before we even get started, there is the biggest big top I have ever seen. It is the tall grass Showman. I'll just show you. Like with many different cemeteries that we've seen, the headstones can be quite elaborate. And with the circus, of course, they're going to pull out all the stops. I kind of appreciate the fact that with each one of the stones, I'm noticing that not only is there the name of the person, but also usually a sentiment about what they did or a pictorial of something that they did while they were in the circus. For example, elephants. Usually that's an elephant trainer, just saying. But also on a lot of them, they have, like on the back of this one, it tells the affiliation of which circus that they actually performed with, which I think is absolutely awesome, because this way you can actually see which circus could have impacted your own life. And that's just really one of those fond memories that we have as children, going and having that cotton candy and peanuts and seeing all the different rings come out and do all the cool shows. And things have changed a lot over the years, and circuses have scaled down considerably. But with that being said, this just brings a little bit more of that mystique to a place where we can understand it and see these people. And yeah, I mean, it's really interesting. It's something that's very historic, if nothing else. And so I'm really appreciating this location, like a lot. But with that being said, I've talked way too much. Let's go look at some more stuff. It's really interesting to see the detail on each and every one of these. It really is. Look at this. This detail is so amazing. To a lot of people, these were circus performers or circus affiliates, but to others, they served in the military and they had these proud moments of service. So their history isn't just limited to one thing. And I think that that is an awesome thing that you can take away from any kind of cemetery. Whenever you really go and look at it, you learn about the person. And I think that that's what's really unique and interesting. I mean, a lot of times we do, as people, typically categorize people as to what we know them at what sector of life we meet them at. So for example, if I meet someone right now, they're only going to ever remember me as, hey, that's the travel blogger. But there's been this whole life which has brought me to this point that they may not be aware of. So I think that that's what coming to a place like this does. It puts together the pieces and shares a piece that you might have missed along the way. And so that's kind of interesting. Okay, Frances here, I don't love her stone. It's nothing personal, Frances. I'm sure you were a really nice lady, but you're holding a snake.
Ooh. Oh, no, no, no. No snakes. No, no snakes.
Again, this one has the detail so that you can see what it is that the performer actually did. You'll notice that there's actually a trapeze here, and on the other side there's also a trapeze, but it's a different perspective. So I think that that's really an interesting little piece of information to know about this person. So if I were then to go and look this person up online, I would have another category to find them maybe, which is really interesting. And then I could see more about their life and look into it a little bit more. This one not only has the names, but it also has the act name, so you could go and look into it in tons of detail because you have their names and their act. So although it looks as though, hang on, let me go fact check myself. It looks as though Herbert was born in 1914 and passed away in 1991. He probably hasn't actively been in the circus in quite some time before that due to his age. So finding photos would be finding photos of the circuses during their heyday, which is amazing, which means that that special that I saw, who knows, maybe he was a part of one of those circuses. I'll have to find out. rewind for a second in your head to the beginning of the video whenever I said there are two circuses which still call Hugo, Oklahoma home, one of which was Kelly Miller. Remember that?
Hugo, Oklahoma is the off-season home for two different circuses, Kelly Miller and Carson and Barnes. So whenever they're not traveling around, they call Hugo, Oklahoma home.
Well, I have just uncovered why. The Miller family apparently resided in this area, and here is their personal area. So they actually have not one, not two, not three, but 4 stones for their family right here. Yeah, they're all pretty large. They all are very similar in size actually, except for one on the end, which is a solo. It's much smaller, but they have these elaborate brandings of the Miller Circus or the Kelly Miller Circus. And it's pretty interesting to see. It looks like the earliest one dates all the way back to, let me check again. Yeah, all the way back to 1886. Obert Miller, right here. So on Obert and Mary Rossi, you can see that this is the oldest one. And it's just so elaborate. You learn a lot by coming to the cemetery. You learn a whole lot. We just learned about a family of circus folk and how that their family still resides in this area because of the long legacy. That's dedication. This one perhaps to me is one of the happiest and saddest, of all. Whenever a clown isn't a clown, what are they? In our mind, they're always a clown. They just are. We don't think about the person who's under the clown. And so I think that this is such a simple headstone. It has the clown, and then on the other side, just the man. No date, nothing. Just the man. Something I have noticed about quite a few of these stones is that they all have a little tagline that says that they're erected by. And one of the most common things that is saying is that they're erected by the John Carroll Fund. And I'm not sure if that means that this is kind of the way that the circus takes care of itself, or the people take care of themselves, or what. If you know, please leave a comment below. But I find that just fascinating. And I also found the final resting place of John Carroll, which is right over here, and I'm going to show that to you. But I think that it's one of those things, in my opinion, this is my thought, it's probably that sense of camaraderie. These are a family. They're all a family, a big family. And so they take care of one another. And I think that that is something that we can learn from the circus. While some of these people have extended families and huge families at home and things like that, there are others who literally the circus is their family. And so I think that that's really great that they take care of one another like that. We should all take care of each other more like that. Anyway, we're gonna go over to John Carroll's, who has some really impressive elephants.
The greatest show on earth.
That one's another one that I don't know what they did, but the big top itself was something that was of massive importance because the entire stone is a big top. So I'm gonna have to look that one up also. There's lots of these that I'm definitely gonna have to look up just because at this point, my interest is piqued and I am very intrigued. Again, I know today's adventure is a little bit strange and fueled by my Netflix binge, but I am so glad that I came out here and looked at the Showman section of the cemetery. This stone right here says it best. There's nothing left but empty popcorn sacks and wagon tracks. The circus is gone. With that being said, remember, live life to the fullest, have wonderful adventures every day. You never know what's just around the corner. So make sure that every single day you wake up with vim and vigor and do something awesome. Thanks for coming with me, guys. Bye.
I could probably give you movie references for days and days and days and days. I love the circus. I love it.